Welcome to today's CIO Water Cooler TV. My name's David Savage and I'm your host for today's chat. I'm joined by Harvey from Public Health England. How are you this morning?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, good to see you.
Yes. Look, thank you for coming and having a chat to us. I mean, health and healthcare and the NHS more generally is something that obviously a lot of people have vested interest in right now for good reasons, some challenges facing healthcare in the UK. Your role, how does it fit into that bigger picture?
I think we're looking at ways that technology can improve delivery of health out to citizens. So really simple in that respect. And there's lots of opportunities for delivering a high quality service, doing that at greater pace and at a better cost.
What exactly is your role and how does Public Health England fit into the wider picture?
My role is to drive the adoption of new technology, to help us use data in a better way, to get the most from our data, and also to get our business working in those more agile ways, again, so that we can, just keep that constant improvement in the way we deliver health outcomes to people.
Everyone talks about digital transformation and agile, etc. But when you've got such a large organisation like the one that you work in and facing off against lots of other organisations, what does digital transformation actually look like? You've mentioned data there. Is it kind of remediation work, making sure that the data you've got is usable?
It is. I think one of the themes that you see going around when people talk about digital transformation now, which is quite a mature phrase, people are quite bored with the word digital transformation now. But we're really talking about people. And I know the conversations, whenever you start to talk about transformation now, it used to be very heavily dominated with what technology you're using in big data lakes and all that sort of stuff, AI, RPA. But now, more often than not, the conversation is dominated by culture and people, collaboration, flexibility, empowering individuals. So transformation for me is how you bring people together to collaborate in real time, wherever they are, to do their best work, so that people can collaborate and do their best work. And what that means is having technology silently enabling all that in the background. Data is kind of the lifeblood. It's the blood flow that goes through the way that technology is working. People want to not only make decisions quickly at pace with less governance and checking and all that. They want to be empowered at the point closest to the customer, closest to where the service delivery is. Giving people not just data or not just information, but changing that information into knowledge so that it informs decisions. Actually going ahead of real time and helping predict what might happen so that the experts can come together quickly, efficiently, wherever they are, whatever their setting is, and can make really good informed decisions.
I think it's interesting that you say, maybe we're a bit bored of the phrase. It's quite a mature phrase now. Yet IP Expo rebranded as Digital Transformation Europe just this year, which suggests that there is still an appetite or a lack of understanding really in some organisations about what exactly that process is.
Yeah, I mean, you have that maturity thing that goes on, you see it in the various slides, and you know that you're getting into a mature market when those that were adopting it first are starting to sort of rubbish it now, and you're seeing that, you're seeing people go, oh, it's so yesterday. There's still a lot to do. I think another theme is you mustn't forget brilliant basics. For the audience here, for the water cooler, we're talking about CIOs, the people that are providing the technology services that underpin and enable teams to work. The basics have got to be brilliant. You've got to have good connectivity. You've got to have digital tools that are integrated that allow people to work wherever they want to, whenever they want to, and for those things to be secure, consistent, comprehensive. So the brilliant basics is very important. Digital transformation isn't something you can just buy. It is an amalgamation. It's when a number of things come together. So when you get the work people do, how they work, where they work, and the technology they use to do that work, when those three things come together and you are evolving and developing in all of those areas, you get like the free transformation, the thing you enable transformation to happen. It's a significant, noticeable change in the way people work. So you end up talking about culture. And culture starts to challenge, and you start to have discussions about the way leaders lead, moving from command and control to kind of servant leadership. That changes the role of governance. You know, how much is about constraint and control, how much is about enabling while still having security, still having assurance. You've got all those balances to make. So digital transformation in its maturest state is whole business transformation. Because the first definition of digital transformation was about creating products and services for the digital age, online. How do you deliver stuff online? And that's fine, and people get that because we've all got the apps, the things we use. We know the expectation is high now. People demand those kind of experiences from the products and services that they want to draw and want to purchase. And you'll differentiate yourself in the market by the ease of use of your products and services. The thing is, though, what we've learned over the last few years with digital transformation is, in order to create those digital products and services, you need the people who have the mindset, the skill set to do that. And to get those people, they need to work in a certain way and in a certain environment. So this is where Agile starts to come in. They want to work in an Agile environment. They want to be empowered. They want decision making within a team, within their Scrum teams, whatever they are. They also want the spaces. You know, you go into digital companies and you see they're writing all over walls, there's stickies everywhere, there's lots of space. If you don't provide that space, the technology to enable them to work in that way, and the governance structures, the enabling servant leadership to work in that way, you will not attract and retain the people who can create the products and services for you to market.
Look, I think what you're
it's really interesting. It's a real conundrum.
Yeah,
there's a tension there.
It's a fascinating point. And if we could finish on this then, because you're talking there about tech, but really you're talking about people, and people drive innovation. What innovation have you seen that you find particularly interesting? If you could give us one example to kind of finish on in 30 seconds or so.
Well, I could pick a really boring one because I could pick the RPAs and the AIs.
But
and the stuff
boring innovation tends to sometimes be the most interesting.
But I'll go back to brilliant basics. That when you roll out collaborative software, even the basic stuff, you know, the sort of Slacks, the Trellos, the Office 365, all the stuff that does these things that brings people together. If you give people the opportunity to come together and use those technologies in those new ways, so actually don't just use them in the way you've always worked, create and embrace the new ways of working, so flexible working, you know, working more collaboratively, bringing decision making into the teams. The technology will bring visibility and immediacy to the information, the data flows, the decision making, the conversations that are going on through those teams. That enables pace and that enables productivity. And it enables, you know, that sort of well-being of the team, the happiness. But, you know, people feel motivated. The new generations that are coming into the workplace now are used to that immediacy, that do get a response, do feel. They don't want to wait till the end of the month to see sales results and all this sort of stuff. They want it in the moment, and those ways of working will feed that need and expectation.
I think it's a very interesting mindset change to kind of finish on and make people just to remember it, because, you know, we all get institutionalized by large organizations.
It is a mindset change, and that's quite difficult because it's culture change.
Look, really, Harvey, thank you for coming on and spending a few minutes talking to us. Really interesting stuff. I hope you've enjoyed today's CIO Watercooler TV. If you have plenty more content, please have a look at the links below.